Now, on Tuesday, we gave you the media perspective of the opening of Cowboy training camp. Now let's do it the fans' way. Fans not allowed in yet, but they will shortly be here for the Wednesday practice, the first practice. First, we'll have Mike McCarthy today at 10 California time. I think that's right. Then we'll have practice, and then we'll have players at 1 p.m. And Bree Amaranthus and yours truly will be on the field with players, doing what we do. So we go in, and if you've been here, this is somewhat familiar to you because the Cowboys, especially post-COVID, but again pre-COVID too, have kind of done this. They've developed this as they've gone, though, for the fan experience to be pretty full-blown. You'll see in a minute, here's games and junk. Here's beer and stuff. Here's porta potties, and you hope, by God, there's enough of them. This is a really cool feature. I remember last year walking by here, and they hadn't, I think it was last year, and just sitting up there talking to fans, I think was Nate Newton, just sitting up on the stage and putting on a show. So that's a fun little sidecar. Now, you're going to see the fan perspective stands-wise, but then we're going to take it to another level, hopefully. Let's go out and check the condition of the field, which early morning is usually a little bit wet, and we'll see if that's the case. Also early in the morning, there's oftentimes there's seagulls and stuff out here. So here we go. Welcome to the field, a defensive lineman area, place where a homeowner can sit up there and can't block him from watching his Cowboys practice, no matter what. There, as we showed you yesterday, is the Jerry Tower. Jerry Jones, by the way, and we're going to get this into this in a little bit with you. In fact, why don't I just do this now on the subject of the M word. I've been doing this for 40 years, covering the NFL and the Cowboys and sports and whatnot. And learned a long time ago, oh my gosh, it was really three things that we've come to understand now. Learned a long time ago, thing number one, ding, you better learn something about medicine. Now, not that a sports writer is a doctor, but I better figure out how to speak that language a little bit, or get in touch with somebody who can. Number two, ding, the law. Again, not even close to a lawyer, but you better figure out legalese, and you better be able to speak the language a little bit, or at least get in touch with somebody who can. And then thing number three that I just discovered yesterday, ding, the M word. What in the world is the M word? I can't say that it never occurred to me before. I'm a sensitive soul. But Jerry Jones at the Glory Hole press conference, and now, for those of you who don't know why I call it the Glory Hole press conference, now you know. Because Jerry says the things that Jerry says. He's got an hour to just stand up there and say what he wants to say, and by God, he does it. So he's trying to give a tribute to Larry Lacewell. And of course, Stephen and Jerry went up to the Lacewell funeral recently up in Jonesboro, ironically, Arkansas, and paid tribute to the great Lace. And Jerry was trying to spin the tale of how Lace would come out here to Oxnard and hold court, and he certainly did. A great friend to me and my family, by the way, Lacewell, just loved him dearly. And so he'd come out here. Now, he was a diminutive guy. He was not a big man. And so Jerry's point was he was going to pull a prank. He thought about. He was going to walk out here to training camp today to the field and walk alongside a fake Lacewell. And what Jerry said is, I'm paraphrasing, I was going to go hire me an M word, a little person, a person who deals with dwarfism, and dress him up like Lacewell, and walk and come out and stand next to him on the field and have a big joke on the media and and the staffers, because we had a fake lace out here. Well, of course, Jerry used he didn't say a little person. He didn't say a diminutive person. He didn't say a person lacking in height, all the things he could have said about Larry Lacewell. Instead, he went with the M word. And as I said to somebody last night, whose intellect I respect, I said, there's probably a lot of 80-year-olds who don't recognize that's not the appropriate word anymore. And he said, you know, there's probably a lot of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and 50-year-olds who just learned something too, and maybe you're among those. So the M word is out. Larry Lacewell, I will promise you, is somewhere now in heaven. He's laughing at the idea, but that doesn't mean it's appropriate. We mentioned the grass issue, and there you go. And that's kind of new, that we got a little patchy grass out here that's got to be fixed up. If you saw our video yesterday from the field, you're familiar with our visit with the equipment guy. Two great equipment guys. One of them, Bucky Buchanan, who is in part in charge of making sure that this kind of stuff gets taken care of. So, looks like it is. There's NFL Network doing its business, or maybe that's I think that's ESPN. That's probably Ed Werder hanging around. Jane Slater will be hanging around here somewhere, doing her NFL Network business. And that is your morning tour, pre-McCarthy, as we move from the fan scene to the turf scene to talking about the M word. And now I'm going to get to work. Join us here all day, will you? And we'll keep you abreast of every single thing that's going on in Cowboy Camp. The 75-member staff is on top of it here in Oxnard on the Fish Report on YouTube. And, of course, join us as well at cowboyssi.com. Subscribe, would you please? It's free. And hit the like button. Appreciate you. Fish out.